Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 60-Minute Match.
Welcome, everybody. Our cameras glitched there for a second, but no, we're here. We're here. What is going on?
Everyone.
Welcome.
Cheers. Welcome.
It is the 13th of November, 2024, and thanks for popping in. Appreciate it when you guys show up.
It makes it more interesting when we have someone to talk to.
It does. So, yeah, getting close to Christmas.
Sure is.
What beers are you putting down for over Christmas?
Well, not realising how close it is and how many weeks, I'm going to put down a Misty Horizon, which is my hazy pale.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then probably, I'm going to do a apple cider.
Oh
I
yeah.
haven't worked out worked out my recipe. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do a juice. Going to get the juice from Coles or Woolies.
Oh
No
yeah,
preservatives.
yeah.
No preservatives and a little bit of dextrose just to bring the ABV up.
Oh yeah, yep.
It may make it a little bit drier than usual, but I thought I'll give it a go because I've always done just the premix ones.
Yeah.
I've never done just one off my own bat, but talking to a few different people and doing a bit of research, I think I've got it nailed. It probably only cost me about half the price as if you buy the premix one, the one that's ready to go. It should cost me around about $30-40, whereas the one you normally buy in the brew shop or wherever is around about $50, and then by the time you buy your sugars on top of that, makes it about 60. So
Okay.
still good.
Is that a double batch?
No, that's a single batch.
Oh, okay. I guess
Yeah, just a single batch.
that's still pretty good. That's 19 liters of cider.
Oh, still 2 cartons if you were to go and buy them. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Still a cheap way of doing it. I mean, apart from that being a hobby, I mean, that's what initializes starting the home brew, I suppose. They can save a few bucks and still enjoy a nice beer.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of tight asses, did you see Kegland's got they've got $15 off any new homebrew starter kit. So
Oh, have they?
yeah, yeah.
Does that include the boiler and stuff, or
No, just their starter kit. So
as in like the old plastic container and?
they have a few to choose from, but
Yeah.
I think the one they have is just I don't even know if one of them may have the bucket, but it's just basic fermenter bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah, very very entry level stuff. But yeah, $15 off. I got an email during the week, so
I
yeah,
didn't.
must love me more. I
But,
don't know why they
you
love
might spend more money with them than I do.
it. Well, recently maybe. We buy.
Last stuff I got was hops. Yeah, I bought about 500 grams, probably 500 grams of hops because I was wanting some more and they didn't have it in stock. So that was a bit disappointing.
Oh, okay, yeah, that is.
Citra was one of them, and that's like, whoa.
Yeah, they must have gone through a shit ton after they reduced their prices for like the big bulk bags.
Yeah, well, they obviously buy it cheaper as well because they buying it in. I don't know, they're selling it to us in 500 gram blocks, so they've got to buy it in kilos.
Oh, they're buying it
Kilos.
like pallet load, easy.
Yeah, and Citra being a popular one.
Yeah.
So I had to buy, I think I bought half a dozen of their 25 gram ones. That got me through what I needed, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's all I've been using because the kits and that's what I get. But
Yeah, well,
I did
supplied in.
on not my last order, the order before, I did buy a shit ton. Not a shit ton. I bought extra hops on top for for the Christmas brews. So
what are you putting down?
I think I'm just gonna do the Nova Lager recipe that we threw together. A few modifications.
The Euro lager.
Oh yeah, did I say Nova? Sorry. Yes, the Euro Gold. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that goes down well anytime. So
Yeah, it does. I didn't want to mess around with all the hazies, and even though it's a good drop over summer, I just trying to keep it basic. While I've got all these other brews I'm doing in the background, this one I'm just trying to slot in the in the schedule.
So what have you got in the schedule?
Well, good segue to this beer here.
Oh, that looks pretty colourful.
It is, but there's a story. It didn't come out of the tap this colour.
Oh, what?
No. So I'll share the screen up so I can
Was that the one with all the different flavour enhancers and stuff? Is that the one you're talking about?
Optional flavor
Yeah.
enhancers. Yes. So to remind the lovely folks watching, this was called the strong Berliner. Now, correct me if I don't know how to pronounce it. A Weiss, a strong Berliner Weiss.
Berliner Weiss. Berliner? Maybe it's Berliner.
Berliner. Oh, it's German. So, how would the Germans say it? Yeah.
Well, Berliner. Does it have wheat grain in it?
Yeah. So, to remind the folks at home, because I spoke about this a while ago, it is the 2.4 kilograms of Barrett Burston pale malt and 2.4 kilograms Barrett Burston wheat malt.
Which is where the Weiss comes from.
Yeah, and 100 grams of the rice hulls to help with the brewing process. You don't clog up your hoses and shit. Yeah.
So how did that? How was?
And the hops was the 25 grams of the Waiiti at the 60-minute boil, and because it's not much alpha acids in that, so that's why that goes in straight away. And optional, and I thought Kegland may have short shipped me because I'm like, where's my 50 grams of this for the dry hop? But down in the recipe, it says optional dry hopping for zesty.
Oh, so they didn't actually give it to you?
No, it's not actually part of the kit. So, buyer beware.
Oh, yeah, got you on that one.
Yeah, they did. And then it also has down here, you could dry hop or frozen fruits. I don't know where you put those in on the brew.
So those optional. So did they give you any of those?
None of that. Or adding a flake. So there's natural fruits that you can add. Yep. It doesn't actually say where you add it. Do I put it in the keg? Was it supposed to go in the fermenter? I don't know. Didn't do it.
I think most of that goes into the fermenter.
Okay.
Just from when I've asked people, or the brew shop mainly, when I've said, when they're doing addition, say if I wanted to add a bit of lime or a bit of lemon to my beer, they just said you just in the fermenter. When they've made mango beers and stuff like that, it all goes in the fermenter at a certain time.
Okay. And then there's adding Flavor Town flavoring. I did a little bit of research on that, but I couldn't actually find something called Flavor Town flavoring. I ended up just running homebrewed flavoring, and it just looks like these little syrup bottles. I'm guessing after what you just said, you put that in the fermenter as it ferments. Yeah. But
similar to when you would dry hop, you put that in.
Yeah, but didn't do any of that, and paired with the. So it's just the hop additions at the boil.
That's right. Forgot about that.
And the Philly sour that we pitch at 30 degrees for 14 days. But I ended up just roll this guy up so you can see it. I ended up overshooting the temperature at the start there. I got up to it was only for a day. It actually got up to 37 because I was having trouble with my my heat belt. I had my heat belt on the fermenter where I should have just had it freely on a shelf in the fridge just to keep the fridge temperature, the temperature I wanted. And then it dropped off. That was overnight, and then I dropped it down a little bit. It didn't recover, so I dropped it down a fair bit. And then once we got to the 27 degrees, that's when the yeast started to perform. You can see once I got consistent on 26, 27, the gravity points really started to drop. And I was down to, so I was aiming for 1.011, and I got to this point and I was 1.006, and it was still early in the fermentation. Like I had another week to go, so I just started conditioning it. I dropped it 10 degrees. It got to that. I got to 1.003, and then I just cold crashed it down to 1 degree. I'm not sure how accurate the pill gets once you get below, because it's saying I was minus 1.2 degrees.
Yeah.
So I think towards the end there it might have been not giving accurate readings.
If it's anything like mine.
But anyway, it says I got the gravity to 0.999, and I haven't checked it yet, but I do have a sample here and my refractometer. So let's see what it actually is.
You know you can't use your refractometer once it's turned into alcohol.
Why not?
Because it doesn't work.
At all?
Gives you a different reading. There's a calibration you can do, but once you've converted all the sugars and it's alcohol, you can't use a refractometer.
Because
it gives you a false reading. It's not like it'll give you a reading, but it's not true. Because all your refractometer gives you is the amount of sugar in water. So once you've fermented it, there's not a lot of sugar in the water.
Well, here it says there's no sugar. It's been all fermented.
Yeah. So that's why I just use my hydrometer.
Yeah, I did. The sample I took was in the hydrometer, but it was going to take forever to get it up to the 20 degrees recommended. Anyway, doesn't matter.
So what I do, just for reference, is when I keg my beer, I put my sample, before it goes into the keg, put a sample into my jug, a little jug that I have, and then I stick it in warm water while I'm doing everything else, and then just stick my finger in it. Oh yeah, that's close enough. And then the other issue you've got is the carbonation that it does while it's fermenting. So I go from jug, I have 2 jugs, from jug to jug, just to try and get the carbonation out of it. So the warmer temperature and going from jug to jug gets rid of your carbonation and brings it up to temp.
Yeah, okay.
So that gives you a truer reading than a refractometer. So it's always, the refractometer is only good before you ferment.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Might be some type of calculator I could use to convert the.
There is. You can actually do it in Brewfather. You can do a calculation with your refractometer, and you need a refractometer and your calibration factor. There is one. I'm sure there's one in there. I haven't used it. It's all too hard. I just thought I'll stick it in my hydrometer. But I always use the refractometer before fermenting, and then the hydrometer after fermenting, because you can't even take the word of your pill because you've got because you're carbonating. Your pill will get lighter and won't give you a true reading.
Yeah.
Because of the carbonation in there.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to check this out. But yeah, there is a conversion there. All right, not to worry. Okay, thoughts on this beer?
I thought you knew that. Sorry, I thought you.
I did know that actually. We have spoken about it before, but I just thought because I have the sample there, I'll just warm up and test.
Yeah.
But I had an oversight there when I just thought I'll do it on the show for content. But anyway. It's not going to work.
All good. Now, you're just sitting there drinking it in front of us. What does it taste like? How did it come out? How did the brew go? And how come it wasn't that colour in the fermenter and now it's that colour?
Yeah, so it's very sour, it's in the it's not in the title, but it is in the yeast. Probably not something I would go out of my way to brew again. It's not.
Yep.
It's not my style.
Is it sweet and sour? Or just sour?
No, it's not. There's no sweet. There's no sweet. It's just sour. It's sour red apple, to put it in terms of flavour. But now it's this colour because of the recommendations they have with adding the fruits and flavourings.
Yeah.
I've just added some of these Brickford's
Oh, yeah.
raspberry. It's a cordial.
Yeah.
It's a syrup and a concentrate. So I think that's probably the closest thing I had in the house that would be one of those flavour additives. But it didn't go in at the fermentation process. It's just gone in my glass and then I've poured it.
Does it taste? Does it help with the taste as well, or just the colour?
It does cut through that sourness, yeah. Yeah, I've got to bring a couple of bottles up on the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know your experience with this type of any sour beer. I'm not sure if
I've tasted it just from the brew shop, but I've never done one. Never done one.
Well, I'll bring up 2 bottles, so you have one, and then maybe do a sampler at the brew shop and just see if that's what that beer is supposed to be like.
Yep.
Because I have no idea. Never had one, but I wanted to make it, and
Well, it just adds to your repertoire of beers.
yeah. So I've done the base model. If I was to do it again, maybe I would try the dry hop as well. That might cut through the sour, or the putting the fruit in the fermenter. That might add to it.
The only thing with the dry hop, it's just aroma. It does not help with the flavour in a dry hop.
Yeah, well, it doesn't smell great either.
Yeah, that's where the dry hop probably would have come in handy, because when you smell something, you smell it and you think, yeah. Smell is the first thing.
Yeah, and the smell, it doesn't set you up great here, but on this shared screen here, it's probably hard for people to read, but there is a sentence here, and it does say that this type of beer, like one of the prerequisites are that it creates the lactic acid taste, and that's the only way I can really describe.
Are you still in your... I'm not getting it on the screen. I've still got the Brewfather app.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I was just reading Wikipedia about that type of beer.
I can see that. I can see that on the stream, but not in there. Not in our shared screen.
Yeah. But no, apart from that, everything else went pretty good. The brew day itself was smooth, no hiccups.
Good.
Yeah. So that was the latest one.
I didn't brew last weekend because I've been brewing every weekend for the last 3 weeks, and I had no room. I had no kegs left, so I thought, I won't brew this weekend. I'm going to brew this weekend, but not last weekend.
Oh yeah.
But I did the one I'm drinking at the moment. Oh, the one I'm drinking at the moment is my red, because it's my evening drink. But I did what I called a breezy. Where's my mouse? I'll just open up and share my Brewfather. First time I've done it.
Yeah, sorry, you have to give me 1 sec. I really need to go take a piss. How are you travelling?
Yeah, I'm going all right.
All right, give me 1
So
sec.
far.
Are you going to share your screen?
Yeah, I'll chat about it while you go and have a pee.
Okay.
Oh, I better share my screen.
Yeah, you share that. I'll be back 1 second.
Roger that.
I'll leave my headphones on so I don't lose track of the conversation.
So I can't talk about you and you don't hear me. All right, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, my breezy. Oh, get on the right screen, Paul. So, yeah, I've never done it before. I just like to mix it up a little bit. I get sort of a bit bored doing the same beers over and over. And so this one I called a Breezy Lager. It was a double batch. I used 7 kilo of Atlas Latrobe, which is like a pale malt. 1 kilo of Vienna, 250 grams of Carapils for a little bit of head retention, and 150 grams of acidulated, just to try and keep the pH where it needs to be. Camden tablets I use in the mash and in the HLT for the sparge. 2.7 grams of Epsom salts. Wealth lock at 15 minutes and yeast nutrient at 15 minutes. So I mashed in at 67 degrees and mashed out at 78. So in my hops at 5 minutes, this was I was almost going to do a no boil edition, but I thought, oh, I like that little bit of bitterness. So I did 20 grams of mosaic at 5 minutes, 20 grams at 0 minutes, and 75 grams of 20 grams of Nectron at 0 minutes, 75 grams of mosaic at the 20-minute hop stand at 80 degrees, and same again with Nectron. I used 75 grams of Nectron at the hop stand. And
Oh,
then day 5, just for a dry hop, was 50 grams of mosaic and 50 grams of Nectron. So I used Nova Lager. I fermented at 18 degrees for 4 days, secondary like 19 degrees, cold crashed at 10 degrees for a day, and then cold crashed 3 degrees for the next 3 days. So my final summary of the beer, it's a easy drinking beer, but I think it's hard to say, but I think I've used too much hops in the aroma, in the hop stand,
okay.
because it just tastes. I don't know. I mean, this is the red I'm drinking at the moment. The other one, it's a pale beer, like it's a lager, but it's I don't know. It's just like it's almost sweet, but not sweet. It's not bitter. Definitely not bitter. It's just sweet. All I can say, put it in my own words, is it tastes like hops. So, but I drink it like I drink it. It's not a terror. It's not horrible. It's just not a taste that I would try and duplicate. But it was just a trial thing. You know how we muck around and make different beers.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I'd change this one, to be honest. Maybe a little bit more bitterness, and maybe not so many hops in the hop stand. And
Yeah.
I think just neutralise it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So maybe you think some hops earlier on in the boil?
Yeah, I think if I stick with because I wasn't trying to do a hazy or anything like that. I was just messing around with basically the different stages
Yeah.
of the hops, and normally I would do, whatever amount at 20 grand. I would do it at 20 minutes and 10 minutes. But I think this one, I was playing around with hop additions, because a lot of people now aren't doing any bittering. So it's like getting to a point. So with no bittering, you're working with the malt, like the flavour of the grain, and the hops. So I think my hops have overpowered my grain, the malt. So if I cut back some of that hops, I would get more of a happy, medium, smoother beer.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
That's my theory.
Hmm.
It's still only 22 IBU, so
Yeah,
but
that's in the
that
that's in the wheelhouse of some of the ones we've been making.
yeah. Well,
But I
most of
guess
mine.
it's how you get it as well.
Yeah. So I could do 20 at 20 minutes and 20 at 10 minutes, and probably still end up with the same IBU.
Yeah,
I would cut more out of the hop stand,
yeah.
and that'd
Take
bring
them,
it down.
take them down to 50 or even.
Yeah. Even though it says 22, it's not 22 because you've got the 150 grams in a hop stand, and that's purely aroma and flavour. So
So the hop stand doesn't. You
no
sure?
bittering. Might be 15th of bittering, but no.
Okay.
It's mostly in the boil is where you get your bittering. Outside of that, it's flavour and aroma.
You're right. Okay. Because it does say it's pulling some out, and I would have thought 80 degrees is still enough to get some bittering.
Yeah, but if you were to taste this beer, which I might bottle some because you're coming up on the weekend. I'll get you to bring my bottles up too.
Oh,
Whack those you're going to bring up. Whack them in my bottles.
yeah, they're already in the fridge.
If I do that, then you'll get an idea, possibly an idea. It's not a bad beer. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad beer.
Yeah.
It's just not what I thought the outcome would be, which is hard to explain. But I wanted it more smoother, more malt forward or malt and hop equal, whereas more hop forward.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah. I guess, yeah, when you get on the hazy train, you can get lost in the sauce a little bit.
Yeah, well, I was trying to, when we get back to that, I was trying to do something similar for the flavour, but never. It's more overpowering. It's hard to explain.
So
I keep picking this up and drinking it. It's not even the same beer.
So you think the aroma's sort of overpowering the flavour?
No, the aroma is good.
Okay.
The aroma is okay. It's just the flavour.
You think that okay, yeah, all right. I'll have to have a glass with you.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, you'd need to taste it to try and understand what I'm talking about, because I don't even know how to explain it properly. It's just in my head. It's like, oh, that's not what I expected. Excuse me.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's what I'm actually drinking during the day. And this is my still trusty Irish Red. Still loving it.
Did you do another batch, or that's the?
No, it's the same
Same one.
because it just sits in the back of my kegerator.
Yeah.
Have a few schooners of a night.
Have a nightcap. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and this one here, the Breezy Lager, turned out about 4.6. I've changed since. I might have to do a little video on it. But remember explaining how I used a different sparge head now? How I do my sparging?
I have seen your little setup. Did you get the head? The new head?
No, I'm still using the same one.
Oh, okay.
The little black one from Kegland.
Okay. Last we spoke, you were going to source a
Yeah, see if I could get
Rainfall.
like a shower head or something.
rainfall shower head. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've still been using, and even since I've been using this, and it's slow as, try and explain to people, it's a little sparge head that Kegland sells, the black one. I'll get some pictures or video or something to show you what I'm doing. But it runs very slow, so it doesn't just hit the sides of the mash tun and then bounce back in.
Yeah.
I just run it a nice stream. Takes longer, but ever since I've been doing that, I've been getting my brew house efficiency and my mash efficiency have been heaps better. Because I was aiming for a 4.2, or this coming out at 4.3, I was aiming for a 4.2, but I did this before I was using that. But the few years before I've done that, I'm aiming for 4.2 and I've been getting 4.6. So there's something in the sparging that is certainly making a difference.
Yeah.
Certainly
Okay.
making a difference. So it's obviously filtering or washing, cleaning the grain better,
Yeah.
rinsing the grain better.
Yeah. Yeah. You might have to patent
So-
that. You might have to patent that.
Well, I can't patent it because Kegland sells both all the items that I made it out of.
All of them?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
Let me.
Maybe we could talk to Mr. AliExpress and get them in. You could
Well,
put them all together and sell it as one.
one
We'll
item you
change.
could 3D.
You could, but you'll have to get some high temperature filaments to deal with that,
Yeah,
which you could do.
and then so really the only other things are the cup links and that stainless bendable hose thing.
Yeah. Did you get that from Cakeland?
All of it's from Kegland.
That bendable hose?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I thought that was from Bunnings.
Hey?
I thought that was from Bunnings.
No, I haven't seen one at Bunnings.
Yeah.
That's where I went to look for all my stuff to start with, and it's like they don't have the threads and shit that I want, or I don't understand them when I go there. And then, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
so yeah, Kegland sells all the stuff, but
Oh, don't give it away.
I'll try. I'll do a video this weekend and explain what I'm doing. Don't hold me to it. Should be all right. No, I'll be here.
Yeah.
Everyone will be here.
Well, I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing it on Mr. Molten Hops' YouTube channel next week.
Well, I've been teaching myself the last couple of days Vinci. I've even forgotten its name. It's the video editing software and it's great. DaVinci Resolve.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's free and it's awesome. It is so much easier than Premiere. It's
Okay.
got all the same power. I don't use the paid version. You can buy a paid version and it's only $300. And it's DaVinci Resolve Studio. I just use the free version.
Yeah.
And I've done a fair bit of work for my sister, Michelle, and I've re-edited some videos. And it was so much quicker. Even rendering is so much quicker than Premiere. Premiere just kills your computer, whereas
Oh,
this...
I think the rendering's got to do more with you've upgraded your computer than last time you tried to render, because rendering comes down to computer resources.
Yeah, mostly memory, but it's still heaps faster than Premiere.
Oh, okay.
And Premiere, every now and then on my machine, just would not start, would come up with an error. Whereas DaVinci Resolve, I've had it on my computer for a few months, but not used it, and I've just been learning it the last couple of days. So 2 days or a day and a half, and I can confidently put a video, put clips together. Very, very similar to Premiere. I think they probably all are, but Premiere just seems more chunky and clunky.
Yeah, right.
Whereas the biggest thing that pissed me off why I changed was Adobe Premiere I just couldn't get my layout that I wanted. Every time I'd load it up, the layout would be different for where I want stuff. And going to DaVinci Resolve, I don't have to change anything. It's all, you click on bang, 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 bang. click on your media, click on editing, click on, motion stuff, and then you click on the audio, and then you click on the rendering to export it. It's like, it's all there. So much nicer. But I was teaching myself a little bit of the fusion side of things. So that is so powerful, but I'll never get my head around it probably. But I'll be able to do things that I want to, like, rendering 3D text and make it move and whatever like that. I mean, yeah, you can do it in normal editing, but the fusion side of things is just so much more powerful.
Yeah, okay.
If you buy the studio version of it, say you have a picture of like a person,
Yeah.
or it could be anything centered, and then you just sort of scrub the outside of it or the inside of it, and then it gets rid of the background, and then you overlay it on whenever you feel like.
Oh, yeah, that's handy. Does
It
it keep that frame by frame? Like it just knows what you've selected and will keep that object wherever they move?
Yeah. Because it
Good.
works on like a clip. So it doesn't work on the whole thing. So once that object is out of frame or whatever, it just works on that clip. So if it's a 20-minute clip, whatever you've done with that, that'll work with that for 20 minutes. If it's a 5-minute clip, it'll work with that for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's just that, I'm talking, well, I'm seeing in my head, but it's coming through probably not so explanatory talking about it. But it's just if you ever got a chance to have a look at it, I know you've been using whatever it is you use for a long time. What you're used to is probably what you're better off sticking to. But DaVinci Resolve is just so powerful, and they use it in movie studios. Like, they use it for movies and stuff.
Do they? Oh, wow.
And there's heaps of plugins that people make and you can buy for them and that do different effects. It's just, I don't know, it's one of those things that people have gotten onto because it's free.
Yeah.
And if you buy the studio version, there's a few extra features.
Is that
but then
one time or is that a subscription? The studio.
one time.
The studio.
Yeah.
Wow.
$2.95 with that. I think it's a US dollar. So it costs us a little bit more, but it's a one-off. I imagine if they bring out a different, say, like if this is version 19.
Yeah.
When they bring out version 20, you probably have to buy that one.
That one. Yeah.
But you'll get all the updates all the way up to version 20 for nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But it's free. Like what I'm using is free. It's only if you want to do some of the fancy stuff, get a bit deeper into it. But I think for what I do, it's probably all I'll ever need.
Wow, I'm really looking forward to this sparging setup video now.
The original format has to be pretty good, though. It's not.
I don't know. It sounds like you could just fix it in post. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, let's see. Let's see how I go. There's my mission between now and next week.
All right.
I'll produce the my little sparge.
The sparge.
The sparge.
Sparge.
Oh, there's a whole nother concept.
Yeah. What are that? Bidet with the kegland tip on it.
Yeah, opening opportunities now.
I'm an ideas man.
I still reckon this. Well, I don't know now. I don't know if. I'm just saying, since I've been doing this with the new sparge arm, my efficiencies have been up there. Where they should be.
Okay.
Whereas before I was standing there holding, just rinsing the grain, holding it, rinsing the grain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, must be doing something different then. Getting in all the... Does it agitate the top layer of the grain? Does it give it enough force to agitate the top layer?
No, because I put the lid on top of the grain. So when the water hits it, it just must just spread out and
Oh,
just
you,
be, instead of being
you put the grate.
front.
You still put that grate on top.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like the water would hit it and then just disperse randomly.
Yeah, it sort of pulls up on top and then falls through all the holes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it just works really well.
Man, I hate to do it to you, but I got to pee again.
Really?
I don't know. It must be this sour. It's
Well, do the do your toilet button, and I'll go and have one and pour myself another beer.
all right. Okay, that's a deal.
We only got 15 minutes to go.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't do it. I'd love
All right,
to.
let's do it.
All
Hit
right.
your urinal button, and let's go.
Yes, sir. You have to tell me twice. All right, Max the Hot. Let's go. Oh, we are back from the pee break. And beer break.
Oh, that's what I was mostly doing.
Mostly.
My beard is. I had to suck the head off to fill it up because it just kept wanting to give me head. Never complained of that before in my life.
Have you ever had that problem before?
Yeah, put it in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. Send us pictures.
Oh, shit.
All right. Okay. Have you seen the Lalamans have a new yeast out?
No, not that I've taken any notice.
The
Does
Lala Brew Pomona.
Pomona rings a bell?
The modern IPA yeast for hop forward beers, which is something right up our alley.
Yeah.
Now, it is a hybrid yeast that was selected for flavour and fermentation performance in hoppy beers, named after the goddess of fruit trees. Pomona produces a unique and juicy flavour profile with notes of peach, citrus, and tropical fruits. Now here's some benefits. High biotransformation potential. Don't know what that means. Unique flavour profile with notes of peach, citrus, and tropical fruit.
Biotransformational potential is to do with the flavour that it produces and puts within your beer.
Okay.
Also, when you put hops in early, you get a biotransformation where the yeast will incorporate some of your. But I'd say because they're talking about yeast, it's more to do with the fermentation, the flavour that it adds.
No, I think you're right. I think it's got to do with that and the presence of hops in the fermentation chamber. So, yeah, selected for fermentation in high gravity and highly hopped wort. Yeah. So it's pretty much a product for hazy IPAs.
Yeah, or just even an IPA.
Well,
West Coast IPA, maybe.
Well, the next dot point is it's haze positive for stable haze. So, I'm guessing they're leaning towards the hazy.
Robust and repitchable.
There you go.
This would be a good one for you to experiment with you repitching it.
Yeah, I don't have the right setup for the fermentation. I need the.
Yeah, not game enough to do it because I don't want to waste 40 odd litres of friggin' beer if my yeast doesn't work properly.
Drop the yeast cake out. Well, I think could you keg it and then drop the cake afterwards?
Well, when you ferment it,
it's just a way to get the cake out afterwards, right? So you could keg it and then drop it.
Yeah, and then put it in a thing.
Yeah.
Coming out, Captain. I think we got a special guest.
Oh, international celebrity.
He hasn't been online all night since we've been broadcasting. He's been beautifying himself, I believe. So come and say hello, Captain. Well, I'm talking to Chris. That's live. 8:30. He's missed the whole show. He's back on PNG time.
That's all good.
Yeah. But anyway.
And just some feedback on some brewers. Their trial brews highlighted its positive characteristics for brewing a hazy ale. Delicious flavor balance, great attenuation, and quick ferment make it a great inclusion for brewers keen on that style. So, yes from them.
Yeah.
And customer feedback in our bar has been great enough that we'll be rolling the Pomona out as our go-to house yeast for ale fermentations. So I'm actually very keen to get my hands on a couple of packets of
Yeah, 'cause
this.
this is an ale yeast. I wonder if it's going to be as robust as Nova Lager is in the lager yeast.
Yeah, yep. We'll see. We'll put some brews down and
Yeah.
see the fermentation times. But yeah, that's interesting in that space.
Yeah, pretty keen to give that a go, actually.
Yeah, same. Okay. Do you have anything else you want to add before we, or do you have any?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you have a funny
I
video?
did have a, yeah, I did have a list of stuff, but I think we'll save it for next week.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we'll save it for next week. So I don't have a video, but I do have funny beer quotes. That's the best I could do.
Okay. All right. I'm here for it. What do you got?
I've got myself lost. Here we go. Sorry, I lost my
That's all good.
Google Meets link. So you can see it here.
Yes.
Yeah, I've confused myself. So some of them aren't so good, but these are just funny beer quotes. Obviously, some of them are from famous people.
Yeah.
I like this Thirsty Bastards random beer quote generator. It takes only one drink to get me drunk. The trouble is I can't remember it's the 13th, the 14th.
Yeah.
I think it's quite funny.
It's pretty funny.
What do we got here for Paul Newman and Stephen Wright? Well, Paul Newman, we know he's an old actor. 24 hours in a day, 24 beers in a case. Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Humphrey Bogart. The problem with the world is everyone is 3 drinks behind. In it is 3 drinks behind. I think getting drunk is the key to flying comfortably. That's one you could probably relate to. Not that you've flown for a while.
No, not in an aircraft.
I did quite enjoy the days when one went for a beer and one's local in Paris and woke up in Corsica.
Okay.
Obviously, that's a geography one. I'm a beer man. I try to drink whiskey and scotch, but I don't get it. It smells like a girl who didn't shower and just splashed a lot of perfume on. Mads.
That's a funny take. That's
Tool a bankhead. I got no idea who that is. Drink reacts on its practitioners in conflicting ways. One brave can knock off a quart of scotch and look and act as sober as Herbert Hoover. Another, after 3 martinis, makes 2 cushions caroms off the chase lounge as he attempts to negotiate the bathroom. I can relate to that. In other words, some people can handle a drink and some people can't.
yeah, it's a roundabout way of saying that. But yeah.
Marilyn Monroe. Important people are much more interesting when they are drunk and seem much more like human beings. It's probably a case for a lot of people. Another one I got here, Richard Harris. I formed a new group called Alcoholics Unanimous. Unanimous. If you don't feel like a drink, you ring another member and he comes over to persuade you.
Oh. They're just called my mates.
Yeah. an afternoon with my friends.
Yeah.
All right. I won't go to. I'll go one more. Racked with a hangover, I do my muttering over a black velvet, a union of champagne and stout. Don't be swindled into believing there's a cure for a hangover. I've tried them all. Iced tomatoes, hot clam juice, brandy peaches. Like the common cold, it defies solution. Time alone can stay it. The hair of the dog, that way lies folly. It's as logical as trying to put out a fire with application of kerosene. Application, anyway.
Yeah.
What's this last one here? Booze is the most outrageous of drugs, which is why I chose it.
Ooh, Rebel. Rebel.
What do you got for us?
Just a quick one. I'm pretty sure this might have come off my CCTV footage. I'm not quite sure.
CCTV.
I'm not quite sure how they got this footage. Damn, he looks like me. A good reason, this is a quick one, a good reason to always let out your CO2 after you've emptied a keg.
Oh, I can see what's going to happen. Is he pulling the spear out? Oh! Oh!
I'll play it again.
That's gotta hurt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he copped that one. He copped that one good. Yeah, I don't know how they got that footage of me, but anyway, I've been compromised.
No, he had a little bit less hair than you.
I don't know. I think we're on par.
He was pretty shiny. Oh.
He was more polished than me. We'll give him that. Bit more polished.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm done here. Anything else you want to add?
No, I've got nothing apart from thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Apologies for the 2 toilet breaks. I swear it's the sour. The sour just cutting through me.
I don't know, the last few weeks you've been the same, but I'm not going to throw stones because I know who your father is.
Yeah, I think we go pretty even on the toilet breaks. Alrighty, okay, let's wrap it up. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated, and we'll catch you all in the next live show next week.
Will do. All right.
Take it easy. Bye for now.